sa Tiyempo.
Congressman Goles.
Saka hindi nyo sinasabi sa media na merong Dulce Ricaport eh. Ang tagal-tagal kausap ng PIDEA si Dulce Ricaport. Pagkatapos, nilabas mo ba kahit minsan yan? Na tao mo si Dulce? Nilabas mo ba yan?
Chairman, may we request our resource persons to address the chair.
To argue against each other.
I'm very sorry, Mr. Chairman,
Chairman.
but I'm very sorry. I would
May
like to
interject?
apologize.
Mr. Chairman, the question of our colleague Congressman Cuenco was directed to the NBI. And the question was, what action are they going to take with respect to this letter read by Mr. Marcelino, which letter we understand the NBI or the DOJ also received. So that was the question. And I'm a little disturbed that instead of answering the question, Mr. Dalumpines tried to use it against the PIDEA. I think they should answer the question, what is the status of the NBI's action on this letter, this new letter, dated January 18 in this fax, and which according to Major Marcelino, they got on January 19. So, yun ang tanong ngayon, hindi yung original investigation ninyo.
May I please be allowed to answer the question of Your Honor? The Office of the Director, Director Mantaring, received the letter, the anonymous letter, January 20 at 11:05 a.m. And then he referred the same to the Special Task Force who's investigating the case, January 21, and the STF coordinated with the AMLAC on January 22. Now, that is the status, Your Honor. We referred the matter to the Anti-Money Laundering Council. And I was instructed by the director that since we received information that the independent body was already formed, then we're going to endorse the result of such coordination with AMLAC to the independent body, Your Honors.
In other words, the NBI is not in a position to verify the veracity of the facts alleged in this letter from Juan de la Cruz. And you are referring this to AMLAC.
Yes, Your Honor, please. We have to refer this to the Anti-Money Laundering Council, who has the jurisdiction to inquire into the veracity of this information.
And may we know from the Secretary of Justice whether he was the one who directed the NBI or the NBI acted on this on their own, and the Secretary of Justice was informed by the NBI? Because it was the Secretary of Justice whose statement was the one quoted in the papers with respect to this letter.
Your Honor, actually what happened was, as far as we are concerned in the department, I received a call from Ses Drilon informing me that a letter of this nature is in her possession. And she mentioned to me that she believes the NBI has a copy, also received a copy. So immediately I ordered Director Mantaring to look into this. On the day I received a call from Ses Drilon.
Do we know the date, Your Honor?
I think that was just last Wednesday. Actually, I received a copy of this anonymous letter of Juan de la Cruz at 5 o'clock or shortly before 5 o'clock on Wednesday. And when I received it, I saw that it was stamped received already in the office of the Director Mantaring. So I immediately ordered Director Mantaring to have this thing investigated. At the same time, I wrote a letter to the AMLAC to conduct an investigation in connection with this particular document. I furnished a copy to the AMLAC of this document. If Your Honors would like, I can furnish you a copy of my letter to the AMLAC. So that is exactly as far as my knowledge was concerned here.
Mr. Chairman, Mr. Secretary Gonzales, has the AMLAC replied to your letter?
Yes. The AMLAC had already replied to me yesterday.
What was the reply?
Well, they said that they will conduct.
But they have not completed the...
Well, it was just one day.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman, perhaps we can already direct the question to Prosecutor Resado. He was also quoted as having already commented on this. And of course, we all know that the threshold in the anti-money laundering law is 500,000. Of course, the bank would not probably be aware, considering that Mr. Resado at that time was not a public figure, was not aware that he was a public official when that deposit was made. So perhaps we can ask Prosecutor Resado his comments on this. The 800,000, there are two accounts, 800,000 in the account of John Resado and another 800,000 in the account of Rowena Resado, same bank account number.
Your Honor, may I just give an information just to inform the committee. The independent panel, which the President ordered to be formed, has already been completed as of yesterday afternoon. It is chaired by Justice Carolina Grino Aquino. The members, at the request of Justice Aquino, had been reduced to 3 from 6. Justice Aquino precisely asked us that no member from the executive department should be part of that panel. So the panel now is composed of chaired by Justice Aquino. Member is Justice Raul Victorino, retired Sandigan Bayan Justice, former member of the Judicial and Bar Council, and Father Dean Aquino of the San Beda Graduate School of Law. These are the 3 members now, which will, I assume, start organizing and proceeding with the investigation by early next week.
Thank you for the information, Secretary.
Thank you. May we now proceed with Prosecutor Resado, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Chairman, members of the committee, magandang umaga po. Ay pagpamahin niyo po na ako na nalit na konti.
We are now entering another part of our investigation, so...
Again.
Sir, please raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in this congressional inquiry? You may sit.
So my question to Prosecutor Resado is, Prosecutor Resado, are you confirming this allegation that an amount of 800,000 pesos was deposited to your account, and also another 800,000 pesos was deposited to the account of Rowena Resado in the same bank account number, allegedly? And may we know who is Rowena Resado?
Your Honor, please, magandang umaga po ulit. Bago ko po sagutin ang tanong na yan, unang-una, hindi po totoo yan. Pero bago ko pa ipaliwanag ang detalye, meron po kasing naiwan na issue kanina na hindi po nasagot ni Major Marcelino. Kasi sabi niya, kaya siya nag-request ng executive session dahil merong ongoing operation at ito'y makaka-apekto sa kanilang operasyon. Ngunit ngayon ay wala na silang ongoing operation, tapos na ang executive session. Walang pagkakaiba kung may independent body at ang investigasyon na ginagawa sa ngayon. Unang-una, gusto kong itanong silang tatlo, kay Major Marcelino, kay Attorney Alvaro, under oath, at kay General Santiago, unang-una, kung ako ba ay inaakusahan nila ng bribery. Pangalawa po,
Mr. Chairman,
pangalawa po,
I think is that proper for the gentleman to ask questions?
I am only suggesting, Your Honor.
That is
Kasi
the
po-
term of Congress, not you.
So can we now we respect, of course, your interjection, but we will return to that at the proper time. So meantime, may we concentrate on this account because this is very important, considering the timing. December 2 was also the date when you signed the order to dismiss. Is that not correct?
Correct po.
That's correct.
Yes, opo.
So the timing, the